we go. I think we are live. I wish, oh, there we go. We are live. I wish you could see us and see the screen.
Do you want me to pull up the screen and...
I wish you could see our video too. But it could be like both of us. I haven't. Anyway, welcome. I made a fancy presentation today.
Do you want me to pull up the presentation? You can speak to it on this.
No, it's okay.
Sure?
This is good. I made a fancy presentation, so you get to see my fancy presentation and a picture of our faces right now.
That's right.
Rather than our actual faces. So welcome. Today we're going to talk about the cost of living, PEI style, island way, yay. Welcome. It was snowing this morning. I didn't walk the dog because it was not pleasant.
No, it wasn't pleasant at our place either.
I was actually thinking that they might cancel school just because I was like, it's Friday, it's blustery as all get out this morning, and it was not. How was your drive-in?
It was fine. The roads were definitely slick. I mean, half an hour drive into town. I kind of know the straight route, but it was definitely slicker than I had anticipated. Thank God for four-wheel drive. Thank God.
Yeah.
But yeah, my dogs didn't want to go out for long either. Usually they go out in the morning and they gallivant for a half an hour or so, and then they come in to eat. But they were in and out real quick. It was just not. No, I think they're sick of it too.
Kevin's giving me the stink eye. Well, he was before I left the house. He was like, "This is unacceptable, Mom. You're supposed to take me for a walk
every single day, rain or shine."
Yeah.
No, I know. Well, he's allowed also, right?
Yeah. So I was definitely getting the stinky side eye as I was getting ready to leave the house, and he was trying to like force his way with me, and I'm like, "You're not coming with me."
My dogs just went back inside and laid down in front of the fireplace. So
yeah,
they were just like, yeah. Kevin needs to come up to our place and hang out.
Apparently the audio is not great.
Oh.
Yeah, and we know we can't see you because you get to see my presentation.
Hi, Jana. The audio is.
Hopefully the.
Can you turn this up, maybe?
No, that's just the volume.
Okay.
Oh, sometimes it like uses my phone. Oh yeah, that's why. Oh, here we go.
Okay.
And my phone was like on the other side of the office.
Is that better, Jana?
That should probably be better. Yeah. There we go. It's okay. We were just talking about my dog and the weather, the crappy weather. So
he didn't miss a whole lot.
He really didn't miss a whole lot.
We're all very sick of the weather here. We're just ready for spring to come and start gardening and everything. Okay, so Amy has put together. Thanks, Jana. Thanks for letting us know, hon.
Yeah.
And welcome. Amy has put together this really fantastic, comprehensive presentation to talk today about the cost of living, PEI style, and some of the things that you can expect. Some resources that we're going to talk about. We're going to debunk a few numbers as well. Because some stuff and interesting stats that Amy found, we don't always agree with. So
and I just remembered something that I meant to include that I forgot to include.
What's that?
So I'll talk about it later.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Oh, and of course, no conversation in this is ever complete without talking about Iraq.
Oh yeah.
So Iraq does do more than just our rent increases. It does regulate our gas prices. So here on PEI, our gas is usually only changed every 2 weeks.
Yes.
However, they have been doing some surprise changes, or
like on Tuesdays, right?
Or like on Sunday night, like at midnight, like they'll just be like, we're gonna do they call it some random thing. There's a technical term that they use for it, but it's basically like a market adjustment, and it's done in volatile times when the price of gas is obviously being affected by not war activities.
Yeah. So right now, what they're doing is actually adjusting the gas prices every Tuesday. There's an announcement. So Iraq will.
But they did it on a Sunday the other day.
Okay, interesting. So this past Tuesday, they only adjusted the premium fuel prices, not the regular fuel prices, and diesel went down. So for some odd reason, I noticed that Sunday adjustment as well. So IRAC is one of those websites that you can go there and go to irac.pe.ca and check out their gas prices.
Yeah, so it's usually every second Thursday that gas prices get adjusted. And that's why if you're on the Ask PEI group, there's always like every second, like Wednesday night, there's always like this person that goes on, what do we think gas is going to do tonight, guys? Right. And there's always like a thread about that.
I'm going to write that, just that email or that website in here.
And so that's one thing that it does. Maritime Electric is our version of hydro, as people might call it. It, except for in Summerside, Maritime Electric provides the electrical power to everyone on the island. Summerside does have their own electrical grid, and I will say that last I heard, 30% of Summerside's electricity comes from wind energy. I don't know if you knew that. But so Summerside is its own electrical grid, but the rest is all done by Maritime Electric. And once a year, Maritime Electric does have to apply to IRAC to increase their rates. So that does have to happen. And then IRAC does have to agree with the application that Maritime Electric puts into them. Furnace oil prices, propane, any of those other oils, they do have to be approved through IRAC for any increases. And then, of course, rent increases as well have to be approved. Every year there is an allowable amount. I keep doing like air quotes, even though you guys can't see me. There is an allowable amount that rent is allowed to increase. And there's one amount that if your heat is included, and there's another amount that if your heat is not included in your rent. So it hasn't been keeping up with inflation, which, depending on whether you're a landlord or a tenant, you're either happy or unhappy with. So I think in the past it's been like 2%.
Yeah.
It hasn't been very much.
Yeah. In fact, in the past, for utilities included, it's been 3%.
Okay.
Anything after unincluded utilities have been a lesser amount because the tenant has to account for those utilities themselves. Yeah. And to your point too, with the variations on the utilities included and not included, it also means that if you are, for instance, a landlord and you want to change your tenant's rate, your monthly rate, your rent, from an included utility cost to a non-included utility cost, meaning that the tenants take care of their own utilities, you have to actually decrease. There's a certain percentage you can decrease that by. So, and that all has to do with statistically the average cost of these utilities, etc. So, anyway, that's a side note, but So next.
So IRAC, they do regulate a bunch of things. Yeah. So that's the way it is. They're good. They're bad. They're theoretically not evil.
No. And I did put a link in just in the chat on the side here for IRAC, not IRAQ.
That's it's not the country.
Not the country of Iraq. It's IRAC.pe.ca. So that's kind of a regulation standards here on the island. Yeah. All right. What's next?
Next, I went on and I did some price searching. These are I just did it using the app on my phone. I had lofty goals of maybe going out and going to like K's or something. Oh look, Brooke, you were texting me while I was searching. And I did have lofty goals of maybe going to K's or Giant Tiger and like snapping local prices, but alas, I did not go to a grocery store.
No, but this is smart. So you just took screenshots and inserted these in, but these are some...
So this is Walmart and Superstore. Of course, Walmart is cheaper than Superstore.
That's right.
I do tend to shop for a lot of things from K's, which is a local owned Fresh Mart, and then they have their bulk side as well. And then I try to not do a lot of stuff at Superstore unless there's really like one or two things that I can only get at Superstore. And it's true that I can only get them at Superstore, and it's like very specific items. So I only go there for those things. And then like Walmart, I try to only go there for like toiletry items that are like way cheaper there.
Yeah.
And then I order Costco things for like bulk items like pantry items, because even that's cheaper with the shipping included. Exactly. So like, but anyway, so bananas are usually like a very standard set thing. And if we look at the price per 100 grams, that's kind of where you're going to see it. These are, so they're 21 cents per 100 grams at Walmart, and you're looking at 21 cents per 100 grams at Superstore. So they're the same price per 100 grams. Little bit more expensive for peanut butter at Superstore than at Walmart. 18 eggs, substantially cheaper though at Walmart. Yeah. And then same loaf of bread, $3.50 versus $4.29. Yeah. And again, these aren't even the ones that I buy. These are just ones that I like. There are certain brands that certain stores don't carry, so I had to find brands that were very similar. Yeah. So, Tostitos chips, actually like not too far off. The pasta though, that was actually a pretty big thing considering that this one was no name. Yeah. I was actually really surprised at how much more expensive that is. I do like Primo. You can get Primo at Giant Tiger as well, and it's a Canadian brand. Yes, it is. I do that, so that's pretty good. I do actually go to Giant Tiger.
We do too, and I would even suggest Giant Tiger over. And yes, they're big corporate entities, but one is an American, one is a Canadian. Yes. So there are a lot of Canadian options out there. And what did Bernadette say? I have found I can only get good avocados at Superstore. You're not wrong. So many places have not good. Yeah. So and that's a great point, Bernadette. So for me and folks like you, we love avocados, and sometimes you can get that big brand that's imperfectly perfect. Yeah. And they have giant bags of like peppers or sometimes potatoes and things like that. And to your point, Bernadette, I would buy that big bag of avocados from the Imperfectly Perfect brand, which I think is a no-name brand. It is
a no-name brand, I have found that K's though is pretty good at having like some of those fresh things. Good. So that's why I like going there. Plus, they're super close.
I know they are, and they're a local company. Like they're a local to PEI company. Yeah. Awesome.
Cheerios, because I have kids.
Awesome. Cheerios. Who doesn't love Cheerios?
Yeah. And then Pampers, because that's something that a lot of people need if they're moving here.
So gosh, 35 compared to.
Actually, 42 at Walmart. Yeah, they were actually cheaper. And actually, if you look here, it is after the limit, 39. So they actually still were cheaper at Walmart or at Superstore. Who knows? So again, these are kind of just one of those things. Another thing that I thought of was butter.
Yes. Milk.
Did I not have milk?
Not milk.
Oh, I had one. I did have a screenshot of milk. That's
the other quandary is that sometimes when you go to the smaller entities too, like the Clover Farm or Close.
But milk is actually a price fixed thing, so it is actually a regulated item on PEI.
But that's interesting because they're paying. That's what, 4 something.
Yeah.
And at Close, which is it's not a Clover Farm, it's a red and white. It's 6 something.
Are you getting a bigger one?
Nope, it's a 2 liter.
Weird.
Yeah.
So I thought milk was like a regulated thing that you had to charge it. You were only allowed to charge a certain amount for milk because it's considered like a thing.
Yeah, but I guess my point being, and that's interesting, but sometimes the smaller companies, like the Red and White or the Clover Farms will have to, their price increases are higher because their profit margin is lower.
So the other thing that I do is I go for butter. Yeah. I actually, because I'm a butter snob, Bernadette's like, yes, where's butter cheaper? I go to the ADL store.
Yeah.
Like the
actual store.
Like the actual place in the industrial
complex there.
Yeah, like over on next to the bypass off of Upton Road. And I actually go to the ADL store, and it's $6.25 a pound there, as opposed to like if you buy ADL in the grocery store, it's like $7.99 a pound.
That's pretty.
That's a big difference. Yeah. And when I go there, I buy like 6 of them.
You buy 6 pounds of butter?
Yeah. I like butter. Yeah.
You can't tell, but I'm just like staring at Amy. She's proclaiming
and I'm sitting here thinking about just eating butter. I do love butter. $6.25 is good. So you might get like good butter on sale, like for $5.99. Do you remember when you used to get sale butter for like $2.99?
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah.
I know.
Like that doesn't happen like anymore. Like
Burnett. Burnet's like, I could do 6 pounds.
Yeah, like
there you go.
I could do 6 pounds of butter easily. Like obviously, like when I go, I stock up.
Yeah.
I also buy like the big block of ADL cheese. Yeah. Because I have 3 kids. Like we eat tacos, we eat fajitas, like we eat pasta. Like we need to put cheese on stuff. So like. Totally. I buy like the massive, like I don't even know how many, like 1 kg of like cheddar cheese.
Your hand is like your hands are about a foot apart from each other of cheese.
Yeah.
1 foot of cheese.
I buy a foot of cheese. Yeah, but like, and I usually get like a jug of milk when I'm there too. Yeah.
Cool.
But yeah, that's Bernadette. That's the thing. And sometimes they'll actually do like butter discounts. Right. They'll like randomly be like, tomorrow only, it's $6 a pound at our ADL store for butter.
And all the people that are butter fanatics.
Yeah, all of the
line up down
the butter files will show up. All right.
Good.
There was some questions about property taxes. Yeah. I know that Allison was one that was asking about property taxes. I one time was like, how do they figure out what you get reassessed for when you buy a thing? Because it kind of seemed random.
Yeah.
It's like I paid $500 for my house, and yet my property is assessed for $300 and something.
But believe it or not, there are formulas for these things.
There's like rough formulas. So I called up the property taxation office one time, and he didn't give me an actual formula, but he unofficially gave me a rough idea off the books of like what you could maybe theoretically expect.
Yeah.
And what he said was that you could expect that the house will probably be reassessed for something between 60 and 70% of the purchase price.
Right.
And then the provincial tax rate is about 1% of that assessed rate if you are a resident. Mm-hmm. If you're a non-resident, it's actually 1.5%.
Yeah, so 50% more.
Yeah, well, so it's actually like 1.5% for all of us, but then if you're a resident, you get a discount.
Yeah.
So, and then you add the municipal rate on top of that. Mm-hmm. Okay? So when I'm working with a client and we're looking at a house and they're like, what's the property tax? I'm like, well, we're not going to look at what the property tax is now because that's not actually going to give you a realistic picture. And I'm looking at you like we're having a conversation.
But, and I'll let you finish your thought. But can I just jump in there?
Yeah.
Okay. So on that note, the property tax, for those of you who are considering and looking at Realtor.ca and properties on the island, Realtor.ca has just recently added the property taxes to listings, so you can see that information. So and to your point, it's important to understand that is the assessment, the tax assessment for the current, or for the latest year, so 2025 in this case.
But that assessment is based on, who knows, like 20 years ago, what the house was purchased for.
Oh, interesting. I see what you're saying. So what you're saying is when the property shifts hands, then a new assessment is typically done on the property. Yeah. Which informs the property tax. So yeah.
So it's like people are like, how is this house listed for like $400,000, but its assessment is $125,000? And it's like because the guy's been living in it for 30 years. Yep. And there's been nominal like inflation increases of 3% per year because yes, there are inflation increases to your assessment every year, but like 3% a year doesn't do anything. That's really to the actual assessment value. So it will get reassessed upon purchase price. Now, when you're buying it and they're doing the financing part and your mortgage broker, they do have to use a property tax value.
That's right.
And they do use the old one.
Yeah.
So that's why it's included, and that's why your mortgage broker needs to use it. But when you're planning for what you're going to pay, that number doesn't actually help you any.
No, and in those cases, that's usually when a mortgage broker or the lender will need an appraisal and reassess the property.
Yeah, but even still, like, they still just use the old number whenever they're actually doing your borrowing power and stuff. All right, so what I did is I actually found one of my property taxes on my house from, I think it's 2024, I don't actually know. So my house is, I paid between $500,000 and $550,000. I live in Charlottetown. So my taxable value is $325,000, right? And when I did it, like, if you take
Are we there? Can you hear us?
Can you hear us now?
Hello? Oh.
That's what I get for doing math.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, look, it's still back there.
Oh, weird. Yep, okay, here we are now.
All right, so.
Thank you. It's because Amy used her calculator on her phone, which is also the, okay, thanks, gals. Well, you guys are right on top of it, thank you.
So did you guys hear anything that I said about the property taxes? Oh no.
Oh no. Oh shoot. Do we need to go over the property taxes again? Oh. You're welcome. Did you hear? Nope, nothing about the property taxes. Okay, just the calculation of it. Okay, so we were talking. Do you want to roll forward? We talked about the reassessment value, usually 70% of the purchase price. Principal tax rate is about 1% of the assessed rate if you are a resident of the province. If not, it's 1.5%. Then the municipal rate on top of it. So we'll skip to the next one. And then Amy
this is a.
Okay, thanks. That's great. This is your.
Yeah, so this is a copy of my property tax. My house purchase was between $500,000 and $550,000, and it was a couple of years ago. So, and when I do the calculation, the assessed value is about 65% of the purchase price. So that math works out pretty good on the first calculation. So then you see that the rate there is $1.50 per 100 taxable value, which gives you the base property tax rate. And then there's the provincial credit. Because I am a PEI resident, you get a 50-cent credit back per $100 taxable value. So as a PEI resident, you're really only paying $1 per taxable value, per $100 taxable value. Okay, so that's your PEI provincial tax rate. And then below is the municipal. So I live in Charlottetown, and so I pay 67 cents per $100 of taxable value. And then that's there. On the right-hand side, you see that there are the municipal rates there of per $100 of assessed value. Stratford is 49 cents. Summerside's a bit higher at 74 cents. Cornwall's at 46 cents. And if you want to see that QR code, takes you to a link where you can see all of the municipalities in PEI and their assessed or their municipal rates. So if you're looking at any of the municipalities, for example, Brooke lives in Breadalbane, I was able to look it up.
Yeah.
Hers, because she does have fire servicing, hers is 20 cents. Mm-hmm. So she does have a really low municipal servicing, and you have a community service, like you have a community center, mm-hmm. You do have like a mayor and stuff, so you do have some servicing, but her actual servicing is very low as mm-hmm. opposed to mine, because I live in the city of Charlottetown. So it's all there, and you can see that, and if you have any questions, then please reach out. Mm-hmm. But yeah,
that's great.
Our screen there is frozen.
Perfect.
Thought we'd kind of touch on internet providers. I'm with Eastlink. I live in, like I said, in Charlottetown. I live just in Winslow, West Royalty, and we were with Bell. Of course, I hate Bell. But that is a personal choice.
Well, they're currently the only ones that have island-wide fiber op. That is changing.
Well, they're still not fully island-wide. Like, I don't think they're all the way up to like East Point yet.
Oh
no. But they have really, really expanded. But you're like fairly like rural out in Breadalbane.
Yep. So we have Red Sands. So we have Red Sands out in Breadalbane, and Bell Alliant fiber op reaches out there. But we're fairly, we're the most central point of the island, and central to east and west and north and south of the island. But we do get fiber op. We do have Red Sands. I believe Red Sands are looking at fiber op, and I believe Eastlink is actually looking at fiber op as well. Starlink is one of the more very rural, and ExploreNet are very rural satellite.
Yes. Yeah. I know that my in-laws have Starlink, and mm-hmm. they have Starlink Lite. Yeah. Can you look up on your phone what Andy said was the cost of his internet? If you're really, really rural and you need good internet, for example, if you are a work from home person, if you maybe run an Airbnb and you want to make sure that your clients have really reliable internet, because maybe you want to make sure that they can work remotely while they're here, I would probably go Starlink. I wouldn't go for it if there was any other options, but so they live, my in-laws live pretty much East Point.
Yeah, it's pretty far east on it. They said they used Starlink. Originally it was...
So they have original at their house.
And the light version at their cottage. So the original Starlink is $140 a month, and the new, the light version is $115. Pretty sure the dish was free with a 2-year plan. And so in comparison, so that's... For instance, I pay about $108 a month for the fiber op.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's very comparable.
It is comparable. The advantage I will say for fiber op is that you can do a family, a whole package for the home. So you could do internet, you could do a landline, and a cell package.
Yeah.
For a pretty comparable price. I don't know that Starlink offers those necessarily because they're a satellite. Business. So
Bernadette says she's in Hunter River and Eastlink works well here.
Yep.
And I switched to Eastlink because we're packaged up for cell phone as well, and living in West Royalty, and I couldn't get a phone call with Bell Alliant in my house.
Yeah.
Right? I used to have to go on my deck to take a phone call, and I live in Charlottetown. Yeah. So
Yeah.
Like, and I was looking at a cell phone tower, and I was like, I can see a cell phone tower, but I can't take a phone call. So.
Yeah. And Bernadette, it's funny that you say that. You have a good East Link connection there. Now, satellite is pretty bad in Hunter River because you go down into the valley. And us who drive around all the time call Hunter River and a few other various points on the island a dead zone. So very often, if we're on the phone and we don't have great cell reception, and you will actually lose your call in Hunter River. So. It's funny that you should say that. And it's similar to my house. Like, I'm in a valley on the Dixon River.
I cannot take a call at your house.
I don't have any cell service necessarily at my house.
No.
But you go up the hill and you get great cell service.
Yeah.
But we do get fiber off. So, yeah, it's a funny little thing here on the island.
Yeah.
For sure. For a place that's not too hilly, we sure have a few dead spots, right?
Yeah.
All right, so I like this graph that you have designed. Now, this next page, this is where we kind of came into some contradicting thoughts on what the stats were on.
All right,
here.
so what can you expect to pay if you're renting when you move up to PEI?
Yeah.
And so this bottom table is from the CMHC website. It is based on a survey supposedly done October 2025. This basically says that in PEI you can expect to pay an average or a median rent for a 1-bedroom in Charlottetown of $936, in Summerside of $900, for a median price of $921. And the B, it means that the value is good. C means that it's fair. A means that it's very, very reliable. D means that it's poor. Mm-hmm. It's not very reliable. Brooke and I were talking. When we look at the 2-bedroom pricing, we do not feel that this is a very accurate representation.
No, that's like rent 10 years ago.
Like, especially if we're talking, we don't feel that if you guys are moving here and you're thinking about renting, I would not be expecting you guys to think that paying $1,200 a month is an accurate representation for a 2-bedroom
Absolutely not.
apartment.
No.
I would be thinking maybe closer to $1,800
or even $2,000.
Yeah.
Yep. I agree. Plus utilities.
Yep. And the reason is that maybe if you were here and you're able to take a lot of time and really search and really really take the time to find a good, reliable, cost-effective rental, then maybe you could find a more cost-effective rental. But if you're moving here and you're not here to actually do the legwork to find that, then I don't think that this is an accurate representation.
No.
I do think that there are 2-bedroom rentals for $1,200. I'm not saying that they don't exist. Mm-hmm. I'm saying that on the whole, it's very difficult to find those. That people who have those don't let them go.
Yeah. No, it's true, and that's why, and because they don't let them go, then their rent can only be increased by, if the landlord chooses to increase them by 3%. So it's a tricky thing because that gives a history to the rental, right? And so it doesn't become an accurate historical point of view for rent here. What this tells me is that that's very outdated. This to me is like the rent of 8 to 10 years ago.
Also, there's no way that a 2-bedroom in Summerside is more expensive than a 2-bedroom in Charlottetown. I'm sorry. So I got this off the CMHC website. I'm just saying I don't agree with it.
Yep, me too. And if you look on the IRAC will depict the Rental Act and the history of the 2023 rental freeze, which is a 0% increase for the entirety of 2023. And previous to that, following the proposed high increase up to 10%, previously approved by the Island Regulatory Appeals Commission. So there's a history as to when the both inflation and increase in rental kind of collided and created a pretty, I would say, inflated rental because we had zero capacity for the longest time.
Yeah, and you can see that here. Like in 2021, the vacancy rate is pretty much, well, in 2022, it's below 1%. And then in 2023, it drops down to like 0.5%. And it's only in 2025 that it went up above 1% again. We do have some fairly substantial buildings that are about to open up in Charlottetown here.
And they're going to have to see.
But they're going to be beautiful buildings, and the rents are not going to be less than $1,800.
No,
I would say
they will not, because the market increased value has set the market precedence. So they can't decrease, because it would decrease their market value. But
now we do have, literally across the street, we do have 2 buildings.
So those are designated for
low income
rentals. So that's a kind of a different category.
But I would say they're already probably rented.
I would say
they're full.
Yep, agreed.
So they're not going to actually hit the open market as.
No. So that is designated as buildings, and they're applied for through a different
through probably the Charlottetown Housing Authority.
Yep.
Yeah.
So it's already preoccupied now. When you get a regular condo or apartment building that's being built, like for instance, a client of ours is building 2 8-unit rental buildings on property they bought from us, and that will have to be in alignment with the current rental value and market value for Stratford. And it's not going to be $1,200 a month for a townhouse, I'll tell you that. So to me, this is really misleading. Unfortunately, I think when I see this, I understand no more when I see a lot of posts on even the Move to PEI group and Ask PEI and different informative PEI groups on Facebook about, hey, I'm moving to the island and I've got a budget of $1,200 for a house or something like that. And there's a lot of people that kind of clap back at that in the general public. And when I see that, I go, oh, unfortunately, it leads to a misconception that folks are going to come here and be able to rent something very cheaply, because to my mind, that's a cheap rental.
Yeah.
So that's my long-winded saying that they're wrong. They're wrong, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So to that, now when we're talking about this and how people can actually find more accurate depictions of rent here, so what are the resources that they're going to look into?
Well, so we do need to update our rental guide, and that is on our list of things to do. Let's see now. Bernadette, you have some good points here. 16 to 1800 for 2, absolutely. If you find one cheap, it's usually a scam. That's a good point. Now, and that's why we've often said that if you're coming from away and you're looking for a rental, then I know it's more expensive, but I would always suggest going with a reputable rental company, whether it's a property rental company, or like you're going with a larger company like Killam or Caprit, or just one of the actual companies, because you know that they're not going to scam you. You know, like they have policies and things in place, and
they're pretty heavily regulated.
So
that one to me was pretty surprising, actually.
Again, it is a survey, so
but that's way off.
I know.
That's crazy.
So
well, thanks for doing that. That's a pretty.
That's the end of my information that I prepared.
Let's see our cute faces now.
Where is?
You're right, Bernadette. Those units will definitely have been spoken for with a long wait list, because as we know, the housing availability here for.
There we go. Hey, you get to see our face now.
Hello.
Couple of things that I wanted to talk about too was like transportation. There is often a question of like people moving here, do they need a car?
Right.
Transportation's getting better.
It's not quite there yet, but it is getting better.
It is getting better. There are definitely a lot more people that use the transit system than it used to be. I've used it.
Yep, that's good.
But it is, if you have like a 9-to-5 job and you live in Charlottetown or Stratford or Cornwall, and you do have like that 9-to-5 typical office kind of hours, then it can be a little bit better. But I remember like if you work something like if you're a nurse it's very, very, it's near impossible.
Or if you live even 20 minutes out of town.
If you live outside of like the core, like it's not really doable. If you work, even if you work at like a store, and you work till 9 at night and you live in Stratford or Cornwall, it can be very difficult to get the bus schedule to line up.
Sure.
You pretty much have to live in Charlottetown to make that work.
That said, the University of Prince Edward Island has made strides to make sure that there are regular routes to accommodate students that are living right outside, like if they're not living on residence or they're not within walking distance to the university, that folks, at least within the municipality, can get to the university. But that was a big one.
Yeah. So now the thing is, like, if you live outside of town, then you obviously need a car.
You need a car.
Yes, you might find a more cost-effective rental if you live outside of town, but then you offset that with needing your own transportation for sure.
I will say, in the mindset of efficiency, some folks in communities outside of Charlottetown are getting better about working out carpools. I know I've seen many carpool stands east to west. Yeah. All over the island. So if you are living outside, then get on board. Usually on Facebook, there's like carpool pages and whatnot, and community posts where people are carpooling. So there is that, and that could at least offset perhaps a few trips. But I don't know about it being a regular 9 to 5, like you said, or outside of those working hours would it necessarily accommodate. For those of you who are hardcore and want to cycle, well, let's talk about in the name of transportation and the infrastructure for transport. I mean, we only recently in the last decade became more efficient with transportation here. Our town of Charlottetown and most of Charlottetown is not set up in the streets for biking, pedestrians, or bus transit by bus.
No.
Mostly, these are tiny core streets that are like 2-lane driveway or 2-lane streets, and that's it. So for the town, for the city of Charlottetown to start kind of putting more transportation into an infrastructure that was really set up when there were 2 cars, maybe, or a horse and buggy, things like that. It's you can expect that it's not going to be great for cycling. There aren't bike lanes here necessarily on the island. Have there been bike lanes? No.
No, there is. There's bike lanes.
Oh, like some of the sidewalks have been turned into bike, but not downtown Charlottetown.
Well, no, there is it's not super friendly. Bernadette, there is a.
Don't speak of much.
There is a bus that does connect from Summerside to Charlottetown out to Montague. There is a bus system that does connect all that.
Yeah.
I have looked it up. It is possible to do it.
Yeah.
It's not the most.
It's not the most efficient.
It's not the most. Yeah. It's doable. It's doable.
Yep.
It's not easy. But it's doable.
Yep. If you have more.
If you're flexible.
Yeah, exactly.
If you're flexible. If your boss is flexible.
Yeah. Or if you're retired and you just need to go in a couple days of the week, by all means. Like Bernadette, you're also in a really lovely little town. I know that there are certain amenities in Hunter River that weren't available there even a few years ago.
It has my favorite it has one of my favorite ice cream places.
That little ice cream spot next to the Farmer Choice.
Yeah, Sprinkles.
So good. But yeah, no, so it's smaller towns, we're not set up with the infrastructure historically to accommodate big transit vehicles. We don't have a whole lot in the way of bicycle lanes. I
think it does travel through Hunter River. It might go.
Buses?
Yeah.
It's a very good question. I don't know.
I'll look it up, Bernadette, and I'll send you a message.
Yeah.
What was I going to say?
I'm now curious about that.
What were we talking about?
Oh, buses and bikes and trains and automobiles.
I lost my thought.
Bus schedule.
The last thing I was going to mention was income tax.
Ooh.
And something you should know is we have HST here. So our HST is 15%. And it is on everything except for food. Food that is like groceries. And then it's not on children's clothing and children's goods, and it is not on home heating oil, and I don't think, and there's one other thing that it's not on, and my brain is about to, it's Friday afternoon, and my brain is about to like give up.
Just peel out. Yeah, what else is not taxed? Food.
It's only GST on those things. Those things, there's some things that are only GST, and then it's HST on top of everything else. And so this is different depending on the provinces. Mm-hmm. Vehicle maintenance.
Oh, hey, Bernadette, you're actually just around the corner from McLean's Performance. And they're not bad. I would say if you need a vehicle to be maintained and you're in Hunter River, go to McLean's.
It's pothole season. It is pothole season.
Yeah, it is. It's terrible. Absolutely.
My neighborhood is a roller coaster.
I don't even like going down your street.
I know.
So, Bernadette, I'm sorry. I'm just going to go back to the schedule for a minute. You can go to t3transit.ca and look at the schedules. But currently, there's actually nothing that goes directly to Hunter River from Charlottetown and vice versa, but there are routes from Summerside to Charlottetown and vice versa. So,
but does it go through?
No. Well, it should because.
Well, does it go through Hunter River? Or does it go through Crapo?
That's a good question.
Or Kankora? Ooh, how many ways can we get to Summerside?
Yeah, exactly.
And so yeah, that is pretty much what I had planned to. Income tax. PEI does have one of the highest income tax, one of the highest base income tax rates compared to other provinces. In fact, my husband has been enough times he'd be like, if we lived in Alberta, we would have a lot more money in our pockets. And I'd be like, yeah, but then we'd be living in Alberta.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. Listen, I'm gonna just put this link in here. It does go to Hunter.
Yes, we do pay more in income tax. It is something to keep in mind. You can go on and you can look. I will post a link to where it talks about the income tax rate because we do pay more income tax here.
We do.
We have actually one of the highest income tax rates in the country. I know. But if we didn't, we would live somewhere else.
Yeah.
But hey, we also only live 15 minutes from the ocean.
Hey, I'm fine with it.
I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
We'll call it the salt tax or something.
The storm chips tax.
The storm chips tax? The butter tax.
Oh, there you go.
The ice cream tax.
I love it.
The dairy tax.
Good.
Yeah, I like it. I like it. The potato tax. Lobster tax. Well, oh, I know. I'm just getting hungry.
Yeah, I know. Me too. Thanks, Amy, for putting a lot together. That's
I will share this with you guys. We did come up with our next discussion topic. I have it right here. The next discussion topic is we are going to talk about moving to PEI. Should you rent first or buy right away? And what area is right for you?
And in that, we'll probably tie in the Lands Protection Act and the areas.
We cannot get through a discussion without talking about IRAC.
Oh my goodness.
I know.
So, please continue.
And what date is that? Oh. That will be the last Friday of April. So that is, let me look at my calendar here. It is April 24th.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness. Already talking about.
It's already on the calendar.
I have already put it on the calendar. I am like planning ahead. April 24th. Should you rent or buy when you move here, and what part of PEI is right for you? And what's the other thing we were talking about?
Oh gosh.
Do you remember?
No.
Wolf.
Oh right. So we're talking.
I just barked at her.
You're so funny.
I'm such a hooligan.
So in an effort to try and kind of put together some kind of meetup spots where folks can come and just be in person and share something. So we talked about doing a dog walk or
a doggy get together.
Yeah. So we both have dogs, and
you have dogs.
I have many dogs. I'll probably take one or two of my dogs, not all four. But doing maybe a meetup with folks, dogs and dog lovers. At the where?
Upton Dog Park.
Upton Dog Park, which is at just before North River and Upton Road.
It's over by the weed place.
So we'll put that event up here on the
Follow
page.
your nose.
That's right. smell your way there. Your dog will anyway.
Yeah.
But we're just kind of figuring a date for that. So we'll put that up here. We want to just bring, if you love dogs but you don't have them, if you want to have a little doggy time, let's get together. And
we're going to hope that it's not too muddy.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But
we're going to get together. We're going to have a little dog romp. My dog loves it there.
My dogs haven't been yet.
Yeah, Kevin. We take him try to take him every day, which is why he's currently mad at me. And so we're going to get together. We're going to have a dog romp, maybe some hot chocolate or some cookies.
That would be nice.
Yeah.
Chocolate and cookies.
Yeah. If it's too warm, maybe some lemonade.
Oh, God.
And cookies.
I don't think it'll be too warm.
I don't think so.
Because it's still crap out now. I know. But yeah, we'll have little treats there, and so we'll put up a notice here on the page, and we're going to announce it a couple times. And we'll make sure that everyone has enough notice so that we can organize it. But we really want to get together with some of you who can join us.
Yeah, and you don't have to have a dog to come out. No. Kevin will love you no matter what.
Exactly. Lots of doggy love to go around.
Yeah,
be good.
You can have one of her dogs. I'll give you a kid. Do you want a kid?
Put him on a harness. Let him off leash.
Ellie Mae would totally do
She
that.
would do that. Yeah, exactly. My dogs would think she was a dog.
Yeah, totally.
All right.
All right, guys.
Thinking more about chocolate. Yeah. Bernadette, you're going to have to get on there. And
all right, guys. Thank you so much for coming out today.
Look at your screenshot.
I know.
Aww.
What is going on with our internet?
It's still going on.
Yeah,
Okay.
Lovely.
Okay, well, thanks, everyone. We kind of botched that at the very end, but... Oh, dear. Okay, that's fine. I'll take one kid and one dog, please. Oh my gosh, it's cute.
All right, guys. Bye.
Have a great day. Oh.
It's like not ending.
Oh, weird.
Of course not. Why would it end?